Hey dear students, welcome back to e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Verda. I'm Assistant Professor Rajeshwari Sharma and this lecture is for the BCom second semester, the subject Business Economics. So, in this subject, we're done with our first unit and we are dealing with our second unit. We are done with the first topic under the second unit, that is price and determination of output under the perfect competition market. So, thereby we have seen the meaning of perfect competition market, then we have gone through the features of the perfect competition market, then we have seen how the price and output is determined under the perfect competition market in short run as well as in long run. Now we are going to shift to the monopoly market. Okay, so in monopoly market as well we have to see the price and output determination, means how the prices and the outputs are determined under the monopoly market. But before that, we need to understand what is monopoly market. And to understand what is monopoly market, we have to understand the meaning of the monopoly market and we have to discuss what are the features which are found in the monopoly market, so that we can understand in detail what is monopoly market and how the determination of price and output works under the monopoly market. So let's begin. When we talk about the monopoly, so first thing that should come to our mind is what is the meaning of mono? So when we talk about the meaning of mono, so mono means nothing but the single. Okay, mono means nothing but the single, and pali. Pali means nothing but the seller. Okay, so in brief, if we try to think of the term monopoly, so the perception regarding this term that comes as single seller. So yes, the same meaning can be applied to the monopoly market. Monopoly market is a market whereby there is a single seller of a particular product. Okay, where there is only single seller or seller is alone only in a particular market. If you are going to find the monopoly market in realistic world, so you are not going to get such type of market because it's extreme form of market. Okay, but there are certain sectors which are little bit similar to the monopoly market. Like if I talk about the railways, okay, so earlier it used to be in hands of government. Now the PPP model is public-private partnership model is allowed there, but still you are not going to find any substitution of railways. Okay, you're not going to find entire private organizations which are making investment in railway and who are providing you services of railway. Okay, like in telecom industry we have BSNL, okay, which is owned by the government, but at the same time as a substitution we have Voda Idea, we have Airtel, we have Jio who are providing their services. So there are substitute, okay, but in monopoly market, as I have given you the example of railway, you are not going to find any perfect substitute, you are not going to find any close substitute. Okay, there is going to be only single seller or the single service provider in the monopoly market. So basically, monopoly market is a market whereby you are going to find the single seller and the buyers of product would be in large quantity. Okay, there are going to be n number of buyers. So now, after discussion of the meaning, we will move towards the definition. So let's see what has been given in the definition of monopoly market. Monopoly is a market situation in which there is a single seller. As we have discussed, it's a market situation whereby we are going to find only single seller. Okay, there are no close substitute. Now, when we talk about the substitute, so there are the options to the product. Like if you are not liking the services of Airtel, you can shift to Jio. If you are not liking the services of Jio, you can shift to Voda Idea. So this way there are substitutes. Okay, but if there is some product which is available in monopoly market, so you are not going to have any close substitute for that product. Okay, for the commodity. There are barriers to entry. So when we are going to discuss the features of the monopoly market, so we are going to see what are barriers to entry. So basically it's a form of market whereby you are going to find single seller due to number of reasons that we are going to discuss in the features of monopoly market. Okay, so now I hope you guys are clear with the meaning of the monopoly market is a industry. Okay, firm itself is the industry. So what is the meaning of firm and what is the meaning of industry, that we have discussed in detail while we were dealing with the chapter perfect competition. But still, just for the sake of reminder, I will explain you in brief what is firm and what is industry. So when we talk about the firm, so it is an individual unit in an industry. Okay, when we talk about the firm, it is an individual unit in an industry. And when we talk about industry, so industry is the group of firms. Again, we are going to understand with this with the help of an example. Like, take the example of telecom industry in India. Okay, telecom industry in India. So here in telecom industry, we are having number of telecom service provider. Like you have BSNL. After that, you have Jio. Then you have Airtel. Okay. Then you have Vodafone. So, if I'm talking about the services of BSNL only, I'm talking about the services of a firm under telecom industry. Okay. If I'm talking about the services and the customer base of Jio only, so I'm talking about the firm and the customer base of a firm under telecom industry. If I'm going to talk about the Airtel only, still I'm talking about the firm only. If I'm talking about the Vodafone Idea only, still I'm talking about the firm only. But if I'm talking about the customer base, net profits and different things related to all these firms together, related to BSNL, Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea together, then it makes it a telecom industry. So firm is an individual unit of industry. Like here, BSNL is the individual firm under the telecom industry. Jio is the individual firm under the telecom industry. Airtel is the individual firm under the telecom industry. Vodafone Idea is the individual firm under the telecom industry. But when we are going to talk about all these firms together, it will make it telecom industry. So here, I hope you guys are clear with the difference between firm and industry. Now we will come back to our point, that is in monopoly market, firm itself is an industry. Why? Because there is only single seller. Okay, there is only single seller. So whatever supply of the goods and services are being made, it is by that single seller only. So that single seller supply would be equal to market supply, and that is why here in case of perfect competition market, firm itself is going to be industry. So it was the first feature of monopoly market. After that we have restricted entry. Okay, restrictions means what? Restriction means some kind of impositions which are put to prevent somebody from entering into market. Okay, to restrain somebody from entering into market. So when we talk about the monopoly market, so there are restricted entry due to certain reason. Now what could be the reason? Reason could be the natural monopoly. Like if there are certain kind of natural resources which are required for the production of a particular product and it is available only with some sellers, okay, not with all the sellers. So in that case, what would happen? In that case, only that seller would provide his services. So here, due to the natural factor, due to the natural causes, entry of another seller in the market is restricted. Now, barriers could be legal also. If seller has patented certain product, if seller has patented certain manufacturing process, still in this case that process cannot be used by other seller for manufacturing the product without the permission of that seller who has patented the process. So other seller cannot enter into the market. So this way there are different reasons due to which there are restricted entry in the monopoly market. Now you are going to see the social monopoly as well. There are certain sectors in which the private investments are not allowed, which are 100% owned and run by the government. So due to that restrictions, the private sectors cannot enter in those sectors, and that is why monopoly lies with the government. Okay, so this is also one of the reasons for the monopoly. So this way there are different reasons due to which there are restricted entry which are available with only one seller and not any other place in the market. Would you have any option to buy it from somewhere else? Of course, you're not going to have any option of buying it from somewhere else. That is why we have to approach only to that seller. And this is the reason because of which he can charge you any price that he wants. Okay, that is why in monopoly market we say that the seller is having full control over the prices. He can charge prices as per his own profit maximization motive. Okay, so this way in monopoly market, seller is a price maker. Okay, seller is a price maker. After that, price discrimination. Price discrimination is another feature of monopoly market. So what is meaning of discrimination? Sometimes in class we say that XYZ teacher is discriminates among students. So here what we mean? Here we mean that teacher is liking one student more in comparison of another student. So that is why we say that the teacher is biased towards the student of class. Okay. So the same way in market there are many customers. Okay. And if the seller is having different behavior with the different customers in terms of charging the prices, so it's known as price discrimination. For example, there is a shop, okay, ABC Limited. ABC Limited, there is a shop, and here there are many customers. Customer A, customer B, customer C, okay, there are many customers, okay, and this ABC is offering clothes, okay, clothes to its customer. Now, A, B, C is liking certain clothes which is of same quality, which is of same size, which is homogeneous in all the aspects. Still, for A, this ABC is selling that clothes for 500 rupees, for B 400, and for C 300. So what we can say? We can say that this ABC is making discrimination, is making price discrimination among its customer in the market. Okay. So in monopoly market, this strategy of price discrimination can be implemented. Why? Because substitutes are not available for the product. Just say if the substitute could have been available for the particular product in the market. So if one seller would have been charging more prices to customer, customer could have shifted to another seller. Customer could have option to reach or go for the another seller. But here the options are not available with the buyer. There is a single seller in the market, and that is why buyer has to purchase in whatever price the seller is offering. And that is why we say that price discrimination is a strategy which can be adopted in the monopoly market. After that, lack of competition. Actually, sometimes not exact substitute, but little bit close substitutes of the monopolist product are available in the market, and that is why we say there is lack of competition, because little bit close substitutes are available but not exact substitutes are available. That is why there are lack of competition in the market, and there are many reasons like no close substitute and the restricted entry, due to which there are very low competition in the monopoly market. After that, no close substitute. Again, this is the another feature of the monopoly market, that there are no close substitute of the product. Okay, as we have said that monopoly market is a form of organization whereby you are going to find the single seller only, right? After that, we have said that there are restricted entry in the monopoly market. Okay, so due to all those reasons, when there are single sellers, when the firm is itself is an industry, when the individual supply of individual seller is a market supply. So in all these cases, no close substitutes are the product, no close substitutes for the product are available in the market, and that is where we are going to see the price elasticity of demand in the monopoly market. discuss the price and output determination under the monopoly market. Till then, please stay tuned to the YouTube channel of our college, and in case you are having any doubt, please contact me. Thank you so much.